You want a beautiful woman? Beauty costs, man. Manicures, pedicures. You know how much it costs for a woman to keep her skin clear? Yes, nice diet, gym, good food. You like women, you want her beautiful and natural? Well, guess what? That costs. And you should pay it gladly.
Financial insecurity and why men spending money on women disrupts the dating market and pisses men off in the end.
I mean exactly what I say. Men should pay for everything. Everything. Because generous men win. And women should be hypergamous. It's a good thing. Damn right.
Men spend money on women and it goes viral. It angers men. We read the comments. We see the prostitute, sex worker. Let's just watch.
Broke men do not like when other men spend money on women. As in, broke men are fuming when another man spends money on a woman. It's like, broski, why are you mad for? Like, if you're not gonna trick on the girl that you want, then another man will. You can't try to say, leave her to the big boys though. You know what it is, yes? Because it makes it harder for the guys that are used to getting girls without having to spend money on them.
My theory is it angers them because they have an irrational fear of not being able to obtain the woman they want. 84-year-old man let himself be duped out of apartment buildings because he actually believed a 30-year-old woman wanted a relationship with him and she stole his property. When men have access to resources, they don't care who wants them for what. They have the woman they want, right? It's a reason why Kevin Samuel said this.
Looked over, I kind of saw 50-50 comments. 50-50 comments. Well, what do I get? Well, what do I get? Well, what do I get? Nothing. You get nothing. 50-50, you get nothing. You can't make no demand either. You can barely 50-50, you're doing enough to take care of you. You get nothing. Zero. 50-50 has always got nothing. 100% gets everything. Oh, I'll be 70-30. See, 70-30 is still on that bullshit. 70-30 is still on that timid, lazy, cheap thing. It's still trying to get the free lunch. You don't want the responsibility. There is no such thing as unconditional.
One thing men have mastered early in life is cope. And there's nothing wrong with it because women have too. I feel like a lot of times men don't understand that women also have severe disadvantages in the dating market. A lot of people keep saying for men, dating is like looking for water in a desert, right? Finding a good woman for them that matches them, that's exactly what they want, right? But for women, we do have a lot more access to men, but for us, it's like finding clean water in a swamp. We're covered in men who wants to experience us, but where is that clean water who wants to give us a relationship? It's two struggles, and both are annoying. The reason why men think the swamp is better is because men don't care about women being impure. They care about sex. So sexual access rules a man's mind. A woman could have 40 men wanting to sleep with her, and a man could have one woman wanting to sleep with him, but he thinks the woman is in a better position because she's like, I don't even want to sleep with these guys. I want a relationship. The men serve her in her purpose because she wants a relationship, but they think she's in a better position because she has men wanting to sleep with her. She's actually in the same boat as you. Believe it or not, men are very aware they have to spend money and have resources. They are very aware they have to have resources, but they don't want to be wanted for those resources. They want you to want them.
This generation of men want submissive provider wives. Like they say they want a traditional submissive woman, but they also expect her to split the mortgage. As a divorce lawyer, I've seen the math on this and it never adds up. We're watching men ask for the emotional labor of the 1950s and a financial partnership of 2025. They want a woman who is quiet, agreeable, soft-spoken, but also one that works full-time, manages the home, raises the children, and somehow still makes them feel like a king when he enters a room. That is not a partnership, that's a contradiction. Because what they're really wanting is someone who makes money but doesn't make any noise, who only speaks when spoken to, who never nags but always nurtures. And if she dares set a boundary or voice a need, suddenly she's too much. This version of modern masculinity is confused. It wants control without responsibility. It wants submission without support.
Which is okay, because it's like me as a woman. I agree that I have to eventually have sex with my boyfriend, right? I have to have sex with him. I don't want him to want me for this, that, but I have to have sex with him. Kind of understand how men say men spending money disrupts the dating market, because it's almost like if women were to start sleeping with every single man they met, right? And then they get to me and they expect me to sleep with them on the first night too. I'm going to be like, I don't know you. Why am I sleeping with you on the first link? That's crazy. So men are saying like, okay, I don't know you. Why am I spending money on the first link? That's crazy. But men are okay with it when it's for the women they want. It's almost like models, right? Athletes who sleep with models could give a damn what she's there for. She's there. Hugh Hefner did not care while those young models were there. They were there. Future, women are having threesomes with him every single day of the week, or so I've heard. But if it's true, which I think is true, because Future has talked about threesomes multiple times, he don't care why they're there. They're not there because he's handsome. They're there because they want his clout and his money, and he's okay with that. Men are okay with being used for resources when they have it. This is why I say when men are complaining about being used for resources, it's because they don't have it, and they feel like it's disrupting the dating market. And them slinging insults is somehow taking back control. I get it, because if you want me to sleep on the first night and everybody's else sleeping on the first night, I'm slinging insults too. Unless men can give childbirth, it's never going to be 50-50. If a man and woman is at home and she's pregnant, she's also going to work, she's cooking and cleaning, and a man is cooking and cleaning, she has the disadvantage because she's pregnant. It'll never be the same. It'll never be equal. It's studies that shows that women still end up doing most of the child work and most of the house care. It never works. It's never 50-50. And I hate how, respectfully, black men will never ever beat the patriarchy. They will never beat the patriarchy. Black men barely benefit from the patriarchy because they don't make enough to benefit as a whole from the patriarchy, right? This is why they are the last ones to be having provider man and provider woman. Like, we are I hate to say it, but black people, we're the last demographic to have those conversations. No shade. Look at the numbers. We're the last demographic to talk about that. I'm a registered nurse. I've been a registered for 2 years, so I'm peaking on my 100K mark. But in my city, I'm at 91K a year. The slims is picking. Thank God I date all races of men, and the man I'm dating right now is an Arab. Statistically, financially, we're the last people that should be talking about 50-50, and black men should want to be more active in the households when it comes to chores and when it comes to doing children stuff, right? Black women have always worked. It's not for us. It was never a time, and honestly, white women always worked too. It was rich white women who stayed at home and took care of the family. Wealthy. A lot of white women back in the day worked too. Just look it up. So a man's job is to provide. Yes, they provided back in the day, but mama worked too. She just didn't get paid for it. Mama went out and she worked too. The reality is men are coping with not being able to provide and knowing that not having the looks, not having the status, and not having the money, they have to get what they can get. A lot of women don't deserve a provider, but this is men's ways of taking back the dating market, taking back control of the dating market. Men take back control of the dating market also by going overseas. When they're U.S. rejects, no shade, when they're rejected in the U.S., they go overseas to get that power back so they can control their dating environment. Men cannot live without women. They cannot. They cannot. If they could, they wouldn't go overseas. Passport rules would be a thing. Men cannot live without women. So I would love to hear more about it. This is not an insult to anybody. I would love to hear more about it. Just let me know what you think below.